So good afternoon students. Again we are meeting after a long gap. So today I will be continuing with the story from your textbook. In my previous class I have already started with the chapter named The Rat Trap. I have completed up to page number 34, second para. Page number 34, second para. Those who are online, just follow the class and open the book. Okay? Okay. So let's recapitulate the story. In the story, the rat trap peddler, that means the rat trap seller, he used to sell the rat traps, but he earned very less profit. So sometimes he used to do begging, sometimes he used to involve in robbery. So he used to spend the time just like this way, and he was a vagabond. He was a vagabond and he used to wander here and there. He used to roam here and there everywhere. So one day what happened? One day he got a shelter. After seeing a house along the roadside, he got shelter. Okay, and the old man, he gave him the shelter to this rat trap seller, who would spend the night. For that day he had spent the night. What happened after that? So the old man also given him, not only given him shelter, but also given him food. So the host welcomed the rat trap peddler very nicely. Even he also shared his secrets with him. He told that he used to earn his livelihood by selling the milk. Okay, and he had earned much more profit, and he had also even shown the money to that rat trap peddler. So that night he spent with that old man. The old man gave him shelter and food. He spent that night in that old man's house. After that, what happened? In the morning, both of them woke up, and the old man and the rat trap seller just went away in their own direction. Within half an hour, the rat trap seller again returned back to that house, broke the window pane, took out the leather pouch, and had stolen the money. So we have completed up to this. After this, we are going to continue. Okay, so from page number 34, open page number 34, we are going to continue from the third para. As he walked along with the money in his pocket, he felt quite pleased with his smartness. So the rat trap peddler, means the rat trap seller, he was very happy. Why? Because he had stolen the money from that leather pouch of that old man who had given him shelter for that night. So he had stolen the money and he was quite happy with his smartness, because he had smartly stolen the money from that leather pouch when that old man went away. He realized, of course, that at first he dared not to continue on the public highway because he feared being caught. So he did not follow, or he did not continue to walk on the public highway, but must turn off the road into the woods. It was very unsafe to walk on the public highway because he feared being caught. So what happened? He thought of walking through the forest. During the first hours, this caused him no difficulty. So he was walking through the forest and it was not a difficulty for him to walk through the forest. Later in the day, it became worse, for it was a big and confusing forest which he had gotten into. So it got confusing for him when he walked through the forest after some time, and he had forgotten the way, the which track he was just moving on. He tried to be sure to walk in a definite direction. So he tried hard to follow or to walk in a right direction, but the paths twisted back and forth so strangely. So the path in the forest, it was twisting back and forth so strangely that sometimes he thought that he was being caught in a trap inside the forest. So it was very difficult for him to come to the end of the forest. He walked and walked without coming to the end of the wood. And finally he realized that he had only been walking around in the same part of the forest. So after some time, when he was walking in the forest, he found himself in the same place again and again, and it is very difficult to come to the end of the forest for him. All at once he recalled his thoughts about the world and the rat trap. After this, he just started to thinking that now he himself was trapped in this rat trap world. Okay, he was trapped in the forest. He realized now his own turn had come. He had let be fooled by a bet and had been caught. So he had let himself he had let himself be fooled by a bait of the money which he had stolen from that old man's house. That was the bet. He had stolen the money, and after that he decided not to follow the public road. He thought to pass through the forest, but it was very difficult for him to come to the end of the forest because he himself was caught in the trap inside the forest, and he found himself in the same place again and again. So he was trapped. The whole forest, with its trunks and branches, its thickets and fallen logs, closed in upon him like an impenetrable prison. Impenetrable means impassable. You cannot able to pass through it. Impenetrable prison from which he could never escape. So the whole forest seemed like a prison. Why? Because it is just filled up with thickets, means bushes, fallen logs, big trunks and branches, and it was impossible for him to pass through this prison. So he was trapped. The prison of forest, it was impossible for him. He could not able to pass, he could not come to the end of the forest. He was being caught in the trap of the forest. It was late in December. Darkness was already descending over the forest. So as it was the month of December, it got dark very early, and even in the forest also. Darkness was already descending over the forest. This increased the danger and increased also his gloom and despair. So it not only increased the danger to his life as it got dark, he also felt the hopelessness. He felt the feeling of hopelessness. Okay? Finally, he saw no way out. He was trapped in the forest. He could not able to find no way. There was no way left for him. He sank down on the ground. He lay down on the ground, tired to death. He was totally exhausted, and he felt that he was going to die. His death was just in front of him. Thinking that his last moment had come, and he thought that soon he would die. But just as he laid his head on the ground, he lay down on the ground, and whenever he just laid his head on the ground, he heard a sound, a hard, regular thumping. So when his head touched the ground, he heard a very hard sound, the sound of some heavy object beating. It was a regular sound, means it was a sound that was heard at a regular interval. Okay, so this sound, a thumping sound, the sound of some heavy object just beating, this sound had come into his ear. There was no doubt as to what that was. So then and there he realized it was the sound of something. He raised himself, he got up. Those are the hammered strokes from an iron mill, he thought. So he realized that this sound is actually the sound of the hammer stroke from an iron mill. So there was a nearby iron mill over there, and the sound was coming from there. There must be people nearby, and he realized that he could find some people nearby. He summoned all his strength. After that, he gathered all his strength, got up and staggered in the direction of the sound. So he started to walk with difficulty towards the sound from where it was coming. The Ramsos Iron Walk, which are now closed down. So the Ramsos Iron Walk, which had shut down, were not so long ago a large plant. So it was a large plant, and where it was just few years ago it had been shut down, with smelter, rolling mill and forge. So it had a machine called smelter, rolling mill and forge. Smelter is a machine in which metal is melted. Okay, rolling mill is a machine where metals, to roll the metal into sheet, and a forge is a place where a metal is heated. Okay, so it is a large plant. The Ramsos Iron Work, it is a large plant. It had a machine called smelter, rolling mill and a forge. In the summertime, long lines of heavily loaded barges and scows. Barges and scows are the long flat bottom boats. So in the summertime, there was a long line of these boats which were long flat bottom, and these boats used to carry slide down the canal. They used to carry the materials, okay, which would come down the canal and would lead to a large inland lake. Why these boats used to arrive? These boats actually used to carry the freights, the materials which they would carry by the boat, and then it would be supplied to the mill. And in the winter time, the roads near the mill were black from all the coal dust. So it was in the summer time, there were many boats. Okay, there were long flat bottom boats which used to carry the freights, the materials, and it would supply to the mill. And in the winter time, what happened? The road near the mill, it had just turned into black color. Why? From the coal dust which sifted down from the big charcoal crates. So due to the transportation of the charcoal due to the transportation of the coal from the charcoal crates, due to this reason the whole road is filled up with coal dust. During one of the long dark evening just before Christmas, during one of the long dark evening just before the Christmas, the master smith and his helper sat in the dark forge near the furnace waiting for the pig iron. So what happened? On one long dark evening, the master smith with his helper, they were just sitting in front of the dark forge, a place where metal is heated, just near which was just built near the furnace, waiting for the pig iron. So both of them waiting for a big iron mass, which had been put into the fire to be ready to put on the anvil. So the pig iron had been put into the furnace. It would be ready to put on the anvil. Anvil means a heavy iron block which used to shape the metal. A heavy iron block which used to shape the metal. Every now and then, one of them got up to stir the glowing mass with a long iron bar. So every now and then, immediately, one of the men used to just move the glowing mass which was stirred with a long iron bar. Though, as was the custom, he wore nothing but a long shirt and a pair of wooden shoes. So as it was a tradition for them, he wore nothing. He was wearing a long shirt along with a pair of wooden shoes. All the time there were many sounds to be heard in the forge. So one could heard the different sounds coming from that forge. The big bellows groaned. Bellows is a air bag which is used for blowing air into fire. Again I am repeating, it is a air bag which is used for blowing air into fire. So you could hear the groaning sound of the bellows, the burning coal crack, even you could hear the sound of the cracking of the burning coal. The fire boy shoveled charcoal into the maw of the furnace with a great deal of the chatter. So the fire boy came and moved the charcoal into the jaws of the furnace with a great deal of with a very bang sound. Okay. So that boy came, moved the charcoal in front of the jaws of the furnace, and there was a bang sound. Outside roared the waterfall. Even there were also the sound coming outside of the forge. Okay, there were the sound of the waterfall a sharp north wind whipped the rain against the brick tiled roof. Even there was the sound of the north wind blowing, and it was just biting, it was just hitting something against the brick tiled roof. So there were different types of sound you can hear inside the forge and outside of the forge. It was probably on account of all this noise that the blacksmith did not notice that a man had opened the gate. So due to these different types of sound, the blacksmith did not realize that an intruder means a strange man, just had opened the gate and entered the forge. Until he stood close up to the furnace. Still he came and stood near the furnace. Nobody noticed that an intruder came and get inside the forge. Surely it was nothing unusual for poor vagabonds without any better shelter. So it was common for them because many vagabonds used to arrive and take shelter in the forge also for the night, to be attracted to the forge by the glow of light which escaped through the sooty panes. So these vagabonds, these homeless people, they used to get attracted to the light of the forge which peeked through the window panes, and these window panes are fully covered with soot. Soot means black dust, and to come to warm themselves in front of the fire. So they would seek shelter there inside the forge. Why? Because they would warm themselves with the help of the burning fire inside the forge. The blacksmith glanced only casually and indifferently at the intruder. So as they were accustomed to many types of visitors, to many types of vagabonds, they used to come to the forge to take shelter during the time of night. So these blacksmiths, they were accustomed to many visitors, and they just look at the rat trap seller very casually without showing any type of feelings. Okay, they were totally indifferent to him. He looked the way people of his type usually do, with a long beard, dirty, ragged, and with a bunch of rat traps dangling on his chest. So his appearance was similar to other vagabonds, okay? And this rat trap peddler, he had a long beard, he was very dirty, he wore old worn out dresses, and he had a bunch of rat traps that were hanging from his chest. He asked permission to stay, and the master blacksmith nodded a haughty consent without honoring him with a single word. So the peddler tried to seek permission from the master, from the blacksmith master, okay? But the blacksmith master just nodded without showing any type of concern. Even he showed an arrogant concern without honoring him with a single word. That means he did not say a single word with that stranger, because it was a casual thing for them. Even many wanderers had visited the night and they had spent throughout the night inside the forge. So they did not pay any attention to that rat trap seller, even the master blacksmith also. The tramp did not say anything either. What is the meaning of tramp? Tramp means vagabond. So even the vagabond here refers to the rat trap peddler. He also did not say anything to them. He had not come there to talk, but only to warm himself and sleep. So why he had come there? He had come there only to seek shelter for that night. So he had not come there to talk with anyone. He would warm himself up and he would sleep and spend the night in the forge. In those days, the Ramsos iron mill was owned by a very prominent iron master. So the Ramsos iron mill, the owner of the mill was a very important iron master whose great ambition was to ship out good iron to the market. And his greatest ambition, he was very ambitious. His main aim was to sell out various types of goods to the market. He watched both night and day to see that the work was done as well as possible. So he used to keep a check on his workers whether the work was done or not, even in the daytime along with the night. And at this very moment, he came into the forge on one of his nightly rounds of inspection. So why the owner of the Ramsos iron mill had arrived during the night? So he had arrived, the owner was in the night inspection so that he could see that the workers were working or not. Naturally, the first thing he saw was the tall ragamuffin. Ragamuffin means a person who is in rags, who was just wearing worn out clothes. So naturally, the first thing he saw that a tall man, this rat trap seller, who had eased his way so close to the furnace that steam rose from his wet rags. So what happened? The master blacksmith saw that person who is tall and he was wearing ragged clothes, and he was very easy, he was very much comfortable, and he was just lying in front of the furnace and the steam was coming out from his wet rags. The iron master did not follow the example of the blacksmiths who had deigned to look at the stranger. So at first we have seen the other blacksmiths, they did not pay any attention to this stranger because they were accustomed to many types of visitors, but this person, this owner of Ramsos iron work, that master, he was very much close to various persons, so he walked and close up to him, he approached to him, looked him over very carefully, he was just looking at him very carefully, and then tore off his slouch hat, the hat that was bent on one side, so it was called slouch hat. So he tore off the slouch hat to get a better view of his face. So he had seen the face of the rat trap seller by just tearing off the hat that was bent on one side. So today's class is up to this. If you are having any questions, please ask. So we have seen that the rat trap seller, after passing through the forest, he was not able to come out at the end of the forest. He entered in a Ramsos iron work. He was just over there to spend the night, and the owner of the Ramsos iron works, he had approached to that person and he removed his hat to see his face. Anyone? Anybody? Please respond. Anyone? Any confusion? Any question? So I have completed up to page number 36, third para. Anyone? Response it fast. Many are there. Anubhav Malik was there, Jeevan Jati was there, Akash is there, Shomili is there, Shubhojit is there. Please respond fast. Any confusion, any queries? I have completed up to this. Okay. So in my next class, I will be continuing with this chapter. Okay. In next day, I will be continuing with this chapter. Okay. Okay. Thank you very much, and just wait for the next class.